Hi guys, welcome to another Divi theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. We got some more great news for today. They got another great giveaway over there at Elegant Themes. We got 7 contact sections for Divi 5. It's free download. We look over here. Obviously this is a Divi 5 theme we're using here. If I roll down this page, I've installed one of them just to check it out on this site. Nice looking little form. Fill it out, send it off. Very nice little addition. Really easy to do. So let's get started. I'll take you through the whole process of downloading, installing and customizing it to your needs. So I'll put this URL down below. Just go there once you're there. If we roll down a little bit, first thing you're going to want to do is take a look. Table of contents here. We just hit the preview. Here they are. This is the one I use, number 5. There's 7 of them to choose from. To download them, if we go back up to our table of contents, just hit the download 7 contact sections for Divi 5. Now, if you're signed into your Elegant Themes account, then you may see this button. If not, you'll just see an email box. Just put your email in there and this button will appear. If you left click on the button, it'll download it to your default download location. Once downloaded, go over to your download location. It's going to download it as a zip file just like this, so we need to extract it. Right click and extract. And it's going to produce a little folder called style there. If I double click on that one, inside we'll find our little JSON files corresponding to 1 through 7 there. If you want to import all of them to your site, there's one called all there, and you can drag that in. I'll show you exactly how. Go back to our site now. If we go down to the dashboard, open it in a new tab. Once at the dashboard, looks like I've got an update to do there. Once at the dashboard, go down to Divi, and we'll go on down to the Divi library. At the top here, you're going to find a little button, Import and Export. I want to import, so I'm going to click on the Import tab right here. Where it says No File Selected is where I'm going to drag my file. So if I drag this back over now, here's number 5 here. I'm going to left click on it. I'm going to pull it over, drop it where it says no file selected by releasing it. Or you can hit the choose file and browse to your download location and do it that way. I'm not going to check the import presets box. I'm just going to hit import Divi builder layouts. And there we have it. It'll just refresh the page. And here's the style contact section 5. Perfect. So we can put it on any existing page, or if you want it on all pages, we can put it on our global footer. Let's go back to this page. I'm going to edit with Divi. Let's roll on down and we'll delete this section here. Now what I should have mentioned, if we look at the library here, style contact section 5, we can see that this is a section. It's not a row, it's not a full page layout, and it's not a module. So we can add it as a section. So at the bottom, I'm going to hit my little blue button to add a new section. I can add it from the library. And there it is right there. I'm going to hit use this section. Roll on down. How quick was that? Now, of course, you're going to want to style it to your own needs. And what we've got here, we've got a section with 2 columns in it. We've got a heading module here. And we've got a contact form here. And we've got some nested rows here for the number and email. To see that easier, if you want to see what's going on, we can go down to our wireframe view right here. Little icon on the left hand side. There it is right there. There's a heading module, contact form, little nested row with the details. Flip back when you're ready. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave that pretty much like it is. I'm happy for it to be that way, but I might change the font so it's more like the font I used at the top. So let's go in there, dark tab for the module. Here's what it says if you want to change that. Obviously type in what you want there. It's a heading module. So let's head over to design. Heading text. Don't really want it to be a heading 1. That should only be reserved for your main page title. I'm going to make it a heading 2 or even a 3 would do. I'm going to change the font from the one they've got there to one I've been using called Anton. And any of these fonts, I click on that again. If you roll over, it'll give you an example of that particular font when you roll over it. Great, well, I'm happy with that. Need to space it out a little bit more. With the heading module, it's only on one line, but what we can do is we can pop our cursor in there by just double clicking by the G there. I'm going to put an extra space in there so it breaks into a couple of lines. That's okay, but I really want mine absolutely central to what we've got going on here. And again, that's very easy. If we go into the row it's sitting in, the green tab for the row, we've got two columns here, a left and a right, or 1 and a 2. This is column 1, or the left one. We're in the row. We go to content now. Elements, we'll see those two columns. We're working with the first column here, so let's hit the little pencil and we'll go into that column. As you can see, it's that heading module. So once inside the column, we can go over to design, and this is designed with the fantastic new flex system they've added to Divi 5. If we go into layout here, it should be set as flex. It is. I want mine to be right in the middle, so I'm going to go down to justify content here. Just pop it down in the middle. Great, that works for me. Okay, well, obviously you're going to want to get this message sent to your email address. You may want to change some things here, but I'm going to go into the contact form again, the dark tab. So we're in the contact form. If we go over to content now, in the elements, we've got our name, email address, and message field. I'm happy to leave it like that. Down below, we've got the text. We've got no title up here. I'm going to leave it as that because we've got a nice big title over there. Success message is what's going to pop up once they send that form. So we could just say message sent, or whatever you want to put in yours. Submit button says submit. I'm happy with that. You can change it to send message or whatever you want for yours. Now here's the important bit. Email obviously is the email address that you want it to be sent to. So you'd want to put your email address or the address that you want it to send to in there. Message pattern are the fields that will appear when the email is sent. And we've got a whole video on that. If you'd rather have a redirect than just have the message pop up, you can put a URL in here, any web URL you like, or any page on your site. And after they submit the form, give a redirect to that URL. I'm going to leave that unchecked so they just get the message. Now there's no spam protection on there at the moment. We open this up. You can use a spam protection service such as Google Recapture, but you have to have an API key for that. Or there's a basic one here you can just put in. As you can see, it'll make the user add a sum together and put the correct amount in there before they can send it. I'm happy to leave that. Fantastic. Now, once you've done that, we've got another little section there. Call us is fine, but obviously it wants to be my number in there, not their number. So again, you can just double click, put your cursor in there. We'll delete what they've got there. And let's say my number. And exactly the same for the email address. I'll just double click on it again. We'll delete it. They had capitals, so I'll continue using capitals. I'm just going to put me at myemail.com. Fantastic. That's great. So the form should work now. Now, depending on your hosting, I've never actually had to do this with my hosting, but some hostings will make you install an SMTP plugin to help mail. It's not a bad idea. But like I say, you may not need to do that. Just test your form afterwards. Okay, looking good, but I do want to customize the background a little bit more too. At the moment, that's going to be in the section, I believe. So if we go back into the section here, it's probably just got a black background. Background always under content here. Yep, black background. Let's add an image. Third tab along. And we'll throw in one of these crazy cars. That's great, but it's kind of difficult to see the form there. So I'm going to blend it with that black background. So if we roll down a little bit, we're still on the actual image, the third tab there. You've got background image blend. They've got some wonderful things that usually work better with colors than a straight black. I'm going to use multiply, and that image is going to disappear again. To bring back part of that image through the black, just going to click back on the color where the black was initially, left click on the field. I'm going to take the opacity slider down, and as I do that, you'll start seeing that image bleed through. And we can leave it wherever you want it. That's a nice dark image background there, and we can read that form nicely over the top. But it fits in better with the page that we've got going on here. Perfect. Let's just save this and see what we've got. I'm going to save draft. And we'll preview. Roll on down. There's our form. Let's just try filling this out a moment. That's okay. That's quite legible. I was worried that the actual text was going to be dark in color, but it's a nice light color and you can read that absolutely fine. If you wanted to make that into a full white, we can go back. We'll go back into the form itself, over to design. If we go down to our fields here, we've got fields focused text. That means when they click on one of these fields, this is the input color of the text. So let's give it a white. Make sure that it's 100% visible. We'll save draft. And we'll re-preview. Roll back down to our little form here. Now when I click on it, that text is going to be a bright white there. Fantastic. Now if you wanted to have this on every page, you could add it to your global footer. To do that, let's go in this page and let's actually delete this whole thing now. In fact, I'll save it to the library as it's all styled the way I want it by hitting the three little dots here. Save to library. I'm going to call it perhaps new contact. I'll save it to my library. We'll delete it now. And if I save draft and re-preview, it's no longer there. Now I've got a global footer on mine. It's got the sort of branding at the bottom and a few menu links at the top here. I can add it to that just on the top and it'll be on every single page. So let's do that. If I go back down to my dashboard, we've got the layouts here, dashboard. This time we're going to go down to Divi and Theme Builder. Now, like I say, I've built a global footer for mine. For anybody that doesn't know how to do that, have a look at our Divi 5 playlist. You'll find it in there. I'm going to go into the global footer by hitting a little paintbrush. Here it is. I'm going to add it. Add new section. I'm going to add from the library. New contact. There it is. Use this section. Now, I do want it to be on top of the other little section here. So I'm going to go over to layers up here. Makes it very easy to drag sections around. Here's contact 5. I want to put it on the top. Left click, drag and drop. It's now on the top there. Now if I save this, we'll exit out of here. Make sure all the changes are saved. Now if I go back to this page, at the moment it's not there. If I refresh this page, there it is on top of our footer again. And if I go to the home page, roll down, it should be on the bottom above our footer down there too. There it is right there. Perfect. So there you have it, guys. There's one of the new free contact forms that they've just released over at Elegant Themes there. Really nice little feature. Like I say, I'll put this URL down below. Just go there, download them, style them how you wish. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, ring the bell, comment, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now don't forget, Divi 5 at the moment is in the beta stage. They're going to be releasing it soon. It's a huge improvement on Divi 4. It's a lot faster, and I find it a lot easier to get around. I love the new builder system. But having said that, as it's in the beta version, I'm only building personal sites with it for myself. All my client sites are remaining on Divi 4, which is still functioning perfectly, until after the final release of this. Probably the 5.01 or 5.21 release after that is when I'll update my clients. But I'm getting ahead of the game by learning the system here, so when I'm ready to pull the trigger, I know exactly what I'm getting into. And it is absolutely awesome. So once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.